Welcome back to the Old Colony Cast, a podcast about all things Plymouth and surrounding it. Yeah, I almost said surrounding Andes.
I knew you were going to.
Surrounding areas.
Andes.
We don't really report on other Andes locally.
We don't.
No,
or the mountains.
No. or the mountains. They're not really local, though. But there's other Andes that live in the area.
Yeah.
I know like one other Andy.
I know an Andrew.
I know Andrews, but I know one other person that goes by Andy. Anyway.
Yeah, I know a couple.
So,
anyways.
Yeah.
So I am Andy.
Yeah.
Not the mountains. And that other voice is Hanna.
Hey.
The other host. And the other voice is the definitely not Andy producer, Fish.
This is how we tell them that Fish is not a nickname for another Andy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I was listening to one of our episodes the other day, and what did you called Fish something?
I call Fish lots of things all the time. On this, it's just family friendly.
I was like dying laughing all over again because it was something that was like pretty unexpected in the moment. I wish I could remember what it was. It was so funny.
I don't know. I had a really good laugh about the whole train conversation.
Yes.
I'm like, I have to go back and listen to that one.
That
was fun.
So funny. What episode did I just listen to? I have no idea.
Oh, I did meet a fan in the wild.
Ooh, tell me.
So we were doing a tie-dye event at Untold Brewery, both in Scituate and in Plymouth. And when we're in the Plymouth one, someone's like, "Hey, Andy," and that happens to me all the time. And I was like, "Hey," and they're like, "Oh, you don't remember me?" And I'm like, "Nope." And actually, I think I was like, "Oh, of course I do. Your name is Mishray Gisar," and she's like, "Michaela" or something like that. It was definitely an M name.
I'm pretty sure it was Macy.
Macy sounds right.
Yeah.
I don't know, Macy.
And I was like, "Oh," she's like, "It's not a big deal. I'm not as famous as you." I'm like, "Wow, that's weird comment."
She said that far too sincerely. For
like it was very weird. And
we would say that to Andy, but like she meant it.
Yeah.
Like most people say it like very sarcastically.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I listened to the podcast," and I'm like, "Oh, which ones?" And she listens to Bar Talk and Old Colony Cast.
Cool.
So I believe she works. I don't want to shouldn't dox her.
She bartends locally.
Yeah,
That's all I know.
Yeah.
So of course we did the obvious. We asked her which host was her favorite,
and she was like, I'm like, "It's fine. Hannah's your favorite. We get it."
Was it me?
She was kind of like trying to be that
two of us
polite,
were standing,
I don't. You're all great.
The two of us were standing in front of her, and she didn't want to give us a straight answer. So
so we're like, we get it, fine, whatever.
We know.
Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah. So
M name, likely
Michaela, Macy. It was something like that.
I'm hoping it's Macy because I feel confident about it. But anyway,
this is the stuff like. There's all these jokes online about like girls expecting their boyfriends to when they're like, "Oh yeah, my friend broke up with his girlfriend," and they're like, "What happened?" And they're like, "I don't know." Like,
oh yeah. Yeah, and you're like, "I don't know." Yeah. Like, "Is he okay?" I guess so.
Yeah. I
feel like I had a lot of information. I just can't remember names.
It's the names. It's true. It is the names. But and
I am 99.9% certain it was an M name.
Look, Andy
even that is me better than normal.
Yeah, that's true.
Andy will give you a very full understanding of the breakup. He will not remember her name. He might not remember his name.
Yeah, and they'll be like, "How long they dated?"
Details.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Look, they were
what
together.
she said about him was,
I watched a video. I thought I turned this off. I apologize, everyone. Okay, I saw a video of a girl who was like, wait, say that again. And it was her boyfriend's best friend broke up his engagement, but they were talking about it while they were golfing.
Yeah, so I think I saw. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw the same one. And she's like, "What happened?" He goes, "I don't know." Is that okay? I mean, I guess so.
Like we were golfing. You made it that far.
She's like, "Weren't you together for 7 hours?" He's like, "Yeah, it was just like we were golfing."
Yeah.
She's like, "Why wouldn't you ask about this?" Anyway.
I saw the same video.
Yeah, it was cute.
Okay.
Lots of fun. Was there anything else?
I
had my friends were like, still listening. You guys, I loved it. So just so you know.
Oh, were they being sincere?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course
okay.
they were. I don't think my friends are that like sarcastic
Well, no,
with
it's
me
just,
about
just like
ventures
every once in a while,
I
someone's
do.
like, "Oh, blah blah," you shouldn't say that about the person you're dating or whoever's. I feel the people who are close to you in
Yeah.
your life don't listen to podcasts that you're on.
Oh no, my friends I randomly will I went to a barbecue the other day, and my other friends were like, "We were just listening to the one about you taking caffeine pills," and I was like, "So I did and I didn't." I was like, so I had to be like, in the 7th grade, it wasn't caffeine pills, but like as an adult who did
Yeah.
overnights, I did caffeine, but I was like, but they weren't caffeine pills in school, so I was thrown right back into it.
I don't even remember that.
They were
coming up.
coffee flavored Altoids or
Yeah,
Oh,
and we were talking about different methods of caffeine.
Yeah.
but why?
I don't know.
It's a weird show.
Yeah,
Because look, sometimes we talk about nonsense because we think it might segue.
I think
And okay, let's put it honestly. We say nonsense and sometimes it accidentally segues.
that's true.
Yeah.
That I know for sure. But
I think it
I
had
feel like most of the
something to-
time I record so many podcasts that I kind of forget what parts are being recorded and what parts aren't, and it all
I'm
blends
going to be
together.
honest. For me, because I think it's in the Mary episode.
Yeah.
I re-listened to it, and that whole conversation being in there, and the same thing. I was like, "We talked about this on the
Oh,
podcast."
the second it's gone, like the second we stop recording, it's out of my head, like completely.
Well,
But
I think we
what
got-
am I going to be forgetting today?
I think we did get to the caffeine thing because the Mary event happened in the 7th grade, and this what we're going to be talking about has somewhat to do with 7th graders.
Okay.
I'll tie it all together.
Okay. I
Go ahead.
Very long stretch of a
okay.
segue.
I'm in for this.
We're going to be talking about the sister city of Plymouth, Massachusetts. Do you guys know what it is?
Is it Plymouth, England?
No.
Is it Saratoga Springs?
No, it's not in this country at all.
Is it Saratoga Springs, Brazil?
No.
Is it in Australia?
No.
I got nothing then.
Is it wait? Is it in South America?
No.
Is it in Europe?
No.
Africa?
Nope.
Asia?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I'm like, I'm running out.
It's not Penguin Village, Australia.
Sister city in Asia.
You're not
I
going to
say
get
this
the
in the
city,
politest
but
way
you might get the
possible, Andy.
country.
Is it?
We should probably move on because otherwise we will sit here for 7 hours naming every random
Is
city
it in
in the
India?
largest continent in the world.
No.
Okay, I give up.
It's in Japan. It's Shichigahama is our
Okay.
sister city in Japan.
Oh, one more time.
Shichigahama.
Shichigahama.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure that's the correct pronunciation?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm
just asking.
I had a phone call to check.
Okay. Did you call Japan?
Yes. No, I didn't.
I was gonna say I don't believe you.
So we do have a sister city. It was established in October of 1990. Talks of it happening were leading into whatever committee, select board year prior.
Yeah.
And coming to the agreement with Shichigahama, Japan, with things being official in 1990. It's a very small town, like really small. Population 18,947.
Okay.
That's tiny. Do you know how much Plymouth is?
100,000.
I think it's like 60,000.
It's like 60.
Yeah.
Like Middleborough, I think, is 20 something.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head.
Okay.
So it's tiny for population, but it's tiny in size too. So they say that this city has a lot of similarities to Plymouth in that it's a seaside town. It's how it makes money is off of the same way as us is
Tourism.
tourism and commercial fishing.
Okay.
But the size of it is like crazy the opposite because it's only like 5 something crazy. I'm like, is this right? And I got it off Google. It's like 5.09 square miles. I'm like,
That seems really small.
that doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
Am I reading that right?
And weirdly enough, they have a giant rock that no one goes to
Yeah,
visit.
they don't have that. But they do have like a little Plymouth thing set up. So they recreated that. What's the building in the Plymouth Pawtuxet that's like the main building of that village.
Like a meeting house?
The meeting house. It's got like the cannon room.
Oh man, it's been a long time since I've been to Plymouth.
Very long time.
Well, it's like, for anyone listening, it's the one with 2 stories, and you can see like the ocean from it. And,
Okay.
Anyway, so
wait, they recreated that building?
Yes.
In a 5 square mile.
so that's why I'm like, that has to be wrong. I must have read it wrong. Sorry, everyone. Don't come to me for your information.
Hannah.
No, I looked it up. It is 5.09 square miles.
Okay.
Wow, feels like that's really small.
I know. I'm like, that can't be right. 5 miles.
I feel like we must have golf courses that size.
I know. So anyway, what's cool about this is that the name Shichigahama means 7 beaches. And originally it was 7 very small seaside villages based around these beaches that came together to create this mega small town
Mega small
of
town.
Shichigahama.
Okay.
So the beaches are, I'm not going to say them correctly, Minatohama, Matsukahama, Shobutahama, Hanna. I can't do this. Hanabachihahama, Yoshidahama, Sakihama, Toguahama. There you go.
I feel like you could have
I'm
made that up.
So sorry.
And there's probably like one person who's heard this who's like
and
super angry right now.
I'm very sorry for butchering those and feeling so awkward about it that I was laughing.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Certainly not laughing at these names, just at my inability to say them. But really cool. I thought that was like such a cool little backstory to the town. It's a humid climate, but fairly predictable weather. So mild summers, the winters are pretty cold, but like they don't have like a lot of. It's not like us. We're not.
It's not like, oh, it's not going to rain. Oh, it's raining right now.
Yeah, like they know what's going on there. It's like fairly predictable. What I will say about that is they are in like the tsunami kind of risk zone. They did experience a very large tsunami in 2011.
Okay.
And it's 2001.
Is that the one like with Fukushima?
I think so. Yeah, 2011.
Okay.
Which Plymouth, our town, did a lot to help with aid.
Okay.
We donated $100,000 towards it.
Huh?
Yeah, I say we like I'm live in Plymouth.
Oh, really nice.
Yeah. We talked about its commercial fishing and how it makes money. The beaches are super popular tourist destinations. So in the season, much like here.
Oh, so people go hang out with the water in the summertime.
Yep, it is very much like a beachside area, and it's close between like 2 bigger cities.
Yeah,
like sandwiched between them, not like right next to them, but in between. So it's a destination for those people that
people
live
in the big
city.
cities looking to kind of get away.
Yeah, and there is a local farming community there. Generally, there's a rice paddy fields, so they do grow their own rice, but it's typically not for like a huge amount of your income. It's to get it for your own household.
Okay.
And then whatever is extra, they do like a little, it's like farmer's market. I'm sure they grow other things, but rice was like the main crop.
Yeah.
There is a concern there culturally that the next generations won't pick up the farming because it's mostly done by like older generations, grandparents and stuff.
Yeah.
That keep it up because it's like part of their culture, and a lot of the younger generation are like moving out of that town, so they don't think it will continue. There was also an issue with the tsunami kind of devastating some of the paddy fields too, so they have had issues recovering from that. Flooded 95% of their paddy fields.
Ooh,
isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah. They also have a power plant.
Okay.
Similar to Plymouth.
Is it nuclear?
No.
Yeah.
It's a Sendai Thermal Power Station. It was originally a coal power plant. It was mostly decommissioned all 100% no longer coal, but
Yeah.
now it's natural gas, and they
Okay.
decommissioned like some of their smokestacks. They reuse some. It's now like a more what they would call like aesthetically appealing power plant to kind of what they got going on, because it's not a big town and it's just a lot of beaches. So
Yeah.
it meshes a little bit better with what they have happening there. So do you guys know kind of what the relationship of a sister city is?
No, that was gonna. I'm like, what makes
no.
it a sister city? That's
I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, good.
like, do they get our, hand-me-down clothes
No.
Yes, as we all grow, we just send it to the smaller
Yeah.
towns
for
on
them
the
to
other
wear?
Yes.
So in this, it creates a partnership to do exchange and goodwill programs to provide like cultural enrichment for each other's residents.
Okay.
So you've lived in Plymouth for how long? You didn't know about this?
Probably 15 years.
Yeah, I grew up in Plymouth.
Probably not quite.
I grew up in Plymouth. I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
So it's not that every person has the opportunity to go do it. And I looked at the history of when it started to now, and it looks like they do like a biannual. So this year we're going to Japan. Next year, like they would come here. But they also do different programs. Like I saw a lot of years, an exchange student from Japan would come here, and then someone from here would go there, but not as a student, but just as like an extended stay program or something like that.
Like you stay for the summer or something.
Something
Yeah.
like that. So there was a lot of different things going on. It's also a place where like our town officials will occasionally go and like do a goodwill visit, and like vice versa. They'll come here, like their mayor will come here, and their first visit.
Like, why?
I know.
Like that should
All
be.
I'm saying is this seems very much like a scam built around getting town employees
To go to
international
Japan,
vacations.
Yeah,
Like, let's go see scenic,
Shichigahama.
Thank you, Shichigahama. And while we're there, we'll just do and it's like, oh, let's go to Plymouth, and then like, oh, and we just also ended up in New York for a week.
No, they're here and we're there.
I'm sure they are. I'm just saying, it just seems that
It
the
just seems
people
very,
going
like-
are the people in charge. Seems super sketch.
No, it's not always the people in charge.
It should never be the people in charge.
Occasionally it is, but it's not always.
It should literally never.
Okay.
Like if it's town growth, you like
Yeah, but I mean,
find
like,
ways to send like
you
people.
know, it's your heads of state of any government would go visit other heads of state, so it makes sense. I mean, I agree with you. It shouldn't always be them, but
Yeah.
for to say never, that just
Yeah. So the first visit was the mayor with, I believe, like 10 students from Japan that came here, and they were here for like 2 weeks. Just like,
I just feel like that should be like bigger news.
yeah. We'll get more into it.
All right,
So-
let's get more into it.
So they did the whole bit. They did like the whole tourism thing. They
Took the ghost tour. and-
yeah, maybe, I don't know, but that was in 1990.
yeah.
Isn't that crazy? So forever ago. And since then that relationship has continued, like I
I don't know
said.
if it's forever ago.
But I don't know.
35 years, Andy.
That's my.
It's a long
It's
time.
like
That's how
that
old-
was
for me, it's forever ago.
That's
'cause
like a full Hanna.
I might not have been born.
That is a full Hanna ago.
Yeah.
It's fine. Whatever.
So there's a few things like I can definitely say, like I said, what they do to honor the sister city relationship. This is what I've heard, at least, that they do a 10-week boot camp to get prepared for the Plymouth visitors to come to their area to like help them like.
I'm like, define boot camp.
Like, they
we're
just-
lazy Americans. You don't have to get in shape for us.
No. They do like just like a 10-week like this is what we'll do for them, and they get ready. I'm pretty sure they kind of learn
So
some
it was like
things
a
about
crash
us.
course in Plymouth.
Yes, and helping guide the Plymouthians like
Oh
through,
no! What if they listen to the podcast?
through their
That would be cool.
Yeah,
That'd be amazing. How do we make that happen?
I don't know.
help the Plymouthians like through their visit and like
Yeah.
enrich it as much as possible, make the most of it as much as possible.
This is how you explain to them that there is no Duncans over here.
and we don't do that for them.
That is the least surprising.
Yeah, we
done.
don't have anything like.
No.
I don't think I'm pretty sure we don't have anything like built suggested for Shichigahama. I'm pretty sure there might be like something about it in the town hall.
Considering that you two are the Plymouth former and current residents, and Hannah, did you know about this beforehand?
No, I just said I had never heard of it.
And Andy,
well,
has
so wait,
no
I
idea.
knew we had a sister city, but only in the last 10 years. And I had no idea what it meant, and I had no idea that there were any like Goodwill visits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like
And like I would have just assumed it was Plymouth, England.
yeah,
Like just if someone's like, "Oh, what's a sister city?" I'm like, Plymouth, England.
Well,
That'd be stupid.
in this research, I found out Plymouth, England has like 5 sister cities, so
Well,
it's not us.
wow.
I know.
Wow. Okay.
So Wareham has a sister city, and much to what Fish was just complaining about is what happens in Wareham every year.
Oh, really?
So as you were like, it should never be. Meanwhile, at the town meeting, they're like going through a slideshow of their visit to England.
yeah, that's what. Jeez, I wonder why I have a problem with this.
I can assure you that's not the case in Plymouth.
Yeah.
It looks like really legit,
yeah.
honestly.
And again,
and to say that
it shouldn't always be
that
them.
they go sometimes, I truly mean like of the like 35 years, I only saw like 3.
Like
Yeah, that's fine.
I would argue that if
Maybe,
you get
or
elected,
like
you
they're
get to
like
go once.
someone of a position with this thing gets to go as the chaperone or
Right,
like
yeah,
a couple
yeah.
chaperones.
yeah, I mean,
Because the main objective is that it's like students leading the experience and like being the ones that get to be enriched by this
Right.
and come away with those learnings.
someone who's going to have a lifelong experience,
Yes.
not someone who's going to be dead in 10 years.
Yeah. So, let's see. Well, the rest I have is just talking about it, so that's good. Let me look at my other notes. Sorry. So, a friend of mine, her son is doing it this year.
Oh, is that why? Okay,
Yes.
because you told us that you reached out for a quote pre-interview, and we're like, oh, that sounds interesting. And then I'm like, who did you call?
Like, who is she contacting in Japan? It is very early in the morning right now.
Oh, yeah, that's also true. I
Like-
didn't think of that.
Yeah, no one
Like,
in Japan. I don't know anyone there.
it
I
is-
do know someone who I believe went on the sister city trip. They had something to do with education and outreach within Plymouth, and they worked for Plymouth, but within like a helping the youth type of scenario. I believe he went. I'm not, or vice versa. He helped the people from Japan here. He
Yeah.
was like the guide here. It was one or the other.
I just feel like when they come here, it should be bigger news.
I know.
Because I remember, I think it was last summer, some dignitary from a foreign country was here, and it made like big news. It was like a president or prime minister or something. So it was like fairly big deal. Oh, because his brother, cousin, uncle.
Oh, that
something?
was the like
Yeah.
owned the restaurant was the rumor or something.
Yeah. Like the rumor was that his relative owned a restaurant in Plymouth, and it was a day of one of our Art on the Green, and like a police-led convoy of darkened tinted windows went by, and you're
Ooh.
like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Oh, do you have?
No,
I saw you look all excited. I thought.
No,
you had
I
it
got
was.
distracted looking up sister cities.
Yeah.
So the Plymouths are sister cities
They are?
since 2001.
That's fairly new.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone.
That was probably like pre 2020 prep.
So
I remember when I first moved to Plymouth, one of the first interactions I had with anyone like somewhat involved in the town was in regards to 2020. And I'm like, that's like 15 years away or 10 years away.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, it's going to come sooner than you think.
yeah. And it did.
And it did,
Kind of.
sort of.
So I asked her just kind of what the general prereqs are to being able to do that.
Yeah.
So you have to be an attendant of the either middle school, 7th or 8th grade. You have to fill out an application. It's essay style questions that you have to answer, like several essay style questions.
I'm only getting multiple choice.
Those are very discriminatory.
So
Yeah, for people who
you
know
have
where
to
all the words
answer
go in
that,
sentences.
and then after you're that is submitted, you have to interview with 3 different groups of people / people, the superintendent, the school committee, and the distinguished visitors committee.
I didn't know we had one of those.
I know.
That's the system.
So you have to make it through that, and I think it's like, I forget. She told me. I feel like it's like 10 people get chosen, and you get to go there, and then it's $4,000 ish. That's like the estimate, and then you can do. They suggest or there's like a system set up where all the parents do like fundraising for it, and then that fundraising goes to every child going. So if the fundraiser makes $1,000, it's split amongst all the kids. To lower the price. Yeah. And then they get to.
That's pretty cool.
They get to go. So they're going in July.
Oh, this year. So we're sending our kids over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
in the state of things, that's probably best.
And from what I hear, like the very well received there. It's like such a welcomed and prepped and planned event for them.
Yeah.
And such a cool experience. And then on our end of things, I barely hear about it. But there's all sorts of exchanges that they do. Like I said, like we've taken in exchange students. They've done like other exchange programs.
I wonder if they have a podcast. We can do an exchange
that's not
podcast.
Strictly to do with school. And then they do these like Goodwill visits where they take like a group of kids, certain age, over.
That's really
and
cool.
Have them go through that area and experience Japan or experience Plymouth, America.
We did when I was in high school. I don't know if it was a sister city thing. It could have been. But we had a class of Japanese students. Pretty sure they were Japanese. Come in and like we like sat in kind of like a Q&A with them. And it was one of those moments where I was like, wow, we're super don't respect other countries at all. Because they were so polite and like eager to understand us.
Yeah.
And my class just didn't, really had no questions. And like someone's like, oh, do you have like an offensive American accent that you like mock us with? And they were just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
they're like, I don't even understand the question.
It's like I don't follow.
And I think like their biggest question was, have we been to Cheers?
Oh my God, that is so cute.
Yeah, well, I mean, this was the
90s.
height of Cheers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still so cute.
Yeah. And they were so nice, and we were just like, I was just like, oh man, like
we
we're
had
horrible.
one Japanese exchange student. So when I saw that this program like helps delegate that system, I was like, oh, maybe that's where he appeared from.
Oh, probably.
And no, the year that I looked, I was like, oh, he wasn't okay. I guess it was just a different Japanese exchange student. Yeah. But I forget his name. I don't think he was in my class. Maybe he was.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You know, it's funny. Like, I always made friends with the exchange
kids. I don't remember any of the names from the exchange students in my school.
Oh,
I remember one of them was, I think, Italian.
Fred Anderson. He was from Sweden.
Oh,
cool.
And we hung out. Like, we would like go to parties and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Then there was Aurora. I don't remember her last name. She was from Denmark. And I had a crush on her. But I think it was just like...
You have such a cool experience with these kids.
She was kind of cute. And, I like weird names.
Yeah.
Probably because I can remember them.
I don't know. Fred Anderson is like pretty...
Yeah, but me and him were like good
tight.
friends. Yeah, we were good friends.
That's cool.
And had a really interesting experience with him. We sat together at lunch, and he said to the girl sitting across from me, this girl, Melissa, he's like, what are you eating? And she's like, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. He's like, peanut butter and jelly? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, on the same sandwich? Like, peanut butter is not a big thing.
Yeah.
In a lot of countries.
No, it's not. It's here.
And so, like, we initiated him into the peanut butter and jelly. Like, we made him one and brought him in. And then that led to a huge fight, being like, what do you mean it's grape jelly? It should be strawberry jelly. No, it needs to be chunky peanut butter. Like, and he's like, you people are crazy. I even remember his girlfriend's name was Petra.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I don't know why I remember that. Meet someone 2 days ago. Can't remember their name. remember his girlfriend's name. That means nothing. And then there was
the 90s when Andy's brain still worked.
yeah. Oh, wow. That makes so much more sense now.
So funny.
No, this is there was another Spanish exchange student. I don't remember her name. And that's weird, too, because like we kind of had a little flirtatious thing. I always hung out with exchange students. I don't know why. It was weird. I never really thought about it until... Because they were interesting.
Yeah. I don't think I talked to any of the exchange students. Sorry, guys.
What was her name? And I could relate because she was failing Spanish. And I'm like, how are you failing Spanish? And she's like, what's your grade in English? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it.
That's very funny.
It's a very different skill set.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's... she was from Spain. And she's like, what you teach...
Oh, is it wrong Spanish? It's
she's
Mexican
like,
Spanish, Latin American.
Latin American Spanish. She's like,
that's funny.
She's like, that's not how we
My
talk.
school
So
it's
it's
taught
like,
Spain.
we're doing it
Spanish.
wrong.
Did you really?
España, yes.
No, not. Apparently not our... I don't know. I didn't learn it well, so...
Well, because they get ready when you're a junior in the Plymouth schools. If you're still in Spanish and you have like above a whatever grade, you get to go to Spain.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So they get you ready to go to Spain, essentially.
Man.
Yeah. 90s women.
Don't worry.
Didn't send you anywhere.
I was not part of that.
They did not have that as an option in my French class in high school because otherwise I would have gotten to go to France
That would have been sick.
because I was the dumb kid in my senior French class.
My junior, I'll wrap it up. I'll end with this. My junior year Spanish teacher, we had until like the first term to say like whether or not we wanted to stick with the language past the sophomore year because it wasn't required for us. And I was like, I like came up because it was kind of like that time, and I was like, hey, and she was like, it's not for you anymore. I was like,
I kind of...
and I was like, yeah, I think so too. And she's like, yeah, you just go do something else.
I kind of had the exact opposite experience where I was like, this is... What happened? Because I went through Spanish 1
Yeah.
and did okay. Had my summer break, came back. Everyone is speaking fluent Spanish. And I'm like, what did you people do all summer? I'm like...
You had the opposite experience?
Because then I was like, I don't need to be here. Like, instead of the teacher saying it, I was like...
I was about to tell the teacher too.
Oh, yeah.
She just read my mind. She got to it first.
But I was just like, I don't understand. Like, how did you all learn to speak this over the summer when we were struggling at the end of last year?
Everyone went home and spent an entire summer watching Telemundo.
It was crazy.
Like, everyone loves them a telenovela, and you missed out, Andy.
Yeah.
Maybe they had the trip to wherever without me. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was just like, I didn't retain any of this information, and you retained all of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I got. It's pretty cool.
That was
Sister
very
City.
cool.
Okay. And just for relevance, I looked it up, and you said Shichigahama had about 18,000 something people.
Yeah.
That is somewhere kicking around like Foxborough and Sharon and like Norton is at 19. So that's like the size.
It's interesting that is the
City.
population of Foxborough when Foxborough Stadium holds thousands upon
Well,
thousands.
dude, they don't live there.
I know, but it's just like,
Like,
can the whole city fit inside Foxborough
Oh,
Stadium?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. That's cool.
Shichigahama.
Shichigahama. That should be a bigger deal.
I know
feel
it
like that
should
should
be.
be a
It
much bigger
absolutely should. It like there's no.
deal. I'm gonna definitely look and see if there's a old Shichigahama cast.
we gotta reach out. We gotta
Yeah.
make the connection.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. Anyway, so yeah, if anyone has a future Plymouth school student, something to keep in mind, that would be a really cool experience.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. It's the part where we stop talking. And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/Inebri-art to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at Inebri-art.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at Inebri-art or at Inebri-art6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebri-art, and all the other shows on the Inebri-art Network, which you can find at Inebri-art.com. Thanks again for listening.